Let me give you three top hacks if you are trying to put your sprinter van and you are trying, let's say you have a sprinter van business and you're trying to have loads on autopilot. In other words, you want to make money even when you're sleeping. Okay, this is really important for sprinter van business owner operators or even fleet operators. The first thing you want to do here is to sign with a cargo van expediting company. It can be a cargo van or a sprinter van expediting company. Why? Because the thing is that you are trying to really put everything on autopilot. And if you have an expedite company, what we have seen in our research is that cargo van expedite companies, they actually focus on moving small loads quickly. That's a key word here. The speed is really important. So they usually provide their shippers overnight or same day delivery, with many offering 24-hour service for pickup and drop off. So this is actually an opportunity for you to actually have your sprinter van loads on autopilot. In other words, you get in business opportunities every now, like all the time, constantly. That's the key word here. So you want to sign up with that company. And the important thing is that when you sign up, make sure that you talk about your rate per mile or your rate per hour, your rate per contract. You want to have a conversation from the get-go. And the cool thing is there are a lot of expedited load boards in the country. You also have expedited companies in the country. Now, the thing is that depending on the geography you are actually hauling from, you basically might have more expedited companies or fewer expedited companies. Obviously, if you are in New York, in the New York area, or you are in the LA area, or like big metropolitan areas, you have more opportunities to actually sign up with very reputable cargo van expedite companies, cargo van or sprinter van, by the way. So this is really important. So that's the first thing I want you to do. You have to really sign up. You want to sign with a cargo van expedited company, and you only can do this if you are established. Please make sure that you establish yourself as a business. Don't go in there as a sole proprietorship. Don't go in there as a solo sprinter van driver. No, you want to have a legit business so that you sign a real contract that really specifies all the terms and conditions under which you will work. This is how you are going to have a pattern of constant loads coming your way. Very important. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here to have a quick convo with you about sprinter van, how to put loads on autopilot. I'm giving you owner-operator hacks into this conversation. Let me give you a concrete example here. So the thing is that let's say you have a sprinter van, and let's say you are in New York, you are in New York City, and you're trying to really put your loads on autopilot. And the thing is that how do you do it? By signing with a cargo van expediting company. So what you do is you basically first you want to start at the local level. Let's say you are in the Bronx or you are in Queens. What you do is you want to contact the Department of Transportation in the city, and so they have databases with all the with the companies. And what happens is that you ask for a record of all the logistics companies, and you filter. You can actually filter by the kind of a niche they're in, or there is a database online where you actually search for expedite companies. Okay, so you want to go for cargo van expedite companies or sprinter van expedite companies. That's a keyword. So what you do is you actually find 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, even 5 in your area. So if you are in the Bronx or you are in Manhattan, you choose one that are really close to you, and you basically give them a call. You call all 5 of them. You need to call each of them and say, listen, I'm interested in signing with you guys, and I'm open for business. I'm open for opportunities. So, and it's very simple. There's nothing complicated. You just give them a call and say, listen, here is my address. Here's my phone. That's why I was just telling you, you want to have a legit business. Don't just call and say, I'm John Hancock, and that's it. No, I'm John Hancock Incorporated. I'm a business or ALC, and I'm willing to haul loads for you, whatever. So this is what you do. So when you call them, you give your EIN, your company details and everything, and you give them your availability hours. So basically you say, I'm available during the week from 8 to 5, and I do weekends, I do holidays, whatever. So you have to specify your availability, and don't forget to talk about your rates. So you can talk about rate per mile, so RPM, or you can talk rate per contract, RPC. You can talk about rate per hour, RPH, and in some cases they'll ask you, like you can even give them like you want to ask them what are their expectations too. Okay, don't forget to talk about money though. It's really important. You're not working for free here. So that's the first hack. The first hack is to sign with a cargo van expediting company. If you are trying to put your loads on autopilot, you have a sprinter van business and you want to have loads on autopilot. The second thing is you want to courier. You want to do courier work as a cargo van, like for a cargo van company or a sprinter van company. So what does that mean? It means that you want to sign up for companies like GoShare. You want to sign up for companies like Amazon. You want to sign up for companies like FedEx, UPS. You have a lot of opportunities out there. The thing is that when we talk about you trying to, because see the whole thing is you want to have loads on autopilot. You don't want to search for loads all the time. You want the loads to come to you, right? That's what you want. So basically, you want to do a courier work as a cargo van job, or as a sprinter van job for those players. So when we talk about those companies, the logistics companies, you have several layers. You have national players, right? So I'm speaking about the FedEx of the world, the Amazon. You have the CCH Robinson. You have FedEx. You have UPS. You have USPS for that matter. A lot of folks, they just dismiss USPS. USPS is a biggie and it's here to stay. So what you want to do is you want to be in a situation where you are working with those national players. So those are the national players. And then you have the regional players. And then the regional players will depend upon your geography, of course, your region. And then you have the local players. So local players, we're speaking about local shippers. So local shippers are the ones that are going to give you some decent load revenue every now and then. But you want to focus on the national players because those national players, they have routes, and this is where the juice is at. You want to have like if you are able to score a FedEx route or you're able to score a UPS route, you are set for life. Especially if the route is really lucrative, you are set for life because you have exclusivity on that route. As long as you don't F up, if you do not F up, you are good to go. So this is why you want to pay attention to that and really you want to avail yourself of those opportunities. So let me give you a concrete example how you can actually have loads on autopilot if you are a sprinter van business and you are just trying to really take care of business. Now, all you want to do is you want to sign up with all the three biggies. You want to go to even the four. You want to go to Amazon. Not go to Amazon. You don't want to visit them, but try to sign up for the Amazon Flex program, for instance. Or you can try to be a DSP partner. Yeah, totally possible. You try that. You can try with USPS and FedEx. And if you're lucky, like if you're not in a very competitive area, you might score a new route for UPS or USPS or even FedEx. Totally possible. So what you want to, like, the thing is you want to try for like 4 or 5 opportunities. But so the fourth opportunity is DHL. Because people think, well, DHL is nowhere to be. No, DHL is a biggie also. It's true that they actually specialize in certain niches, but in the States, they are still powerful anyway. So what you do is you actually go with 2 or 3, but you zero in on one particular one. You can say, you know what, in my area, I have not been seeing a lot of trucks, a lot of FedEx trucks. So maybe there's an opportunity for me to actually apply for a new FedEx route because I haven't been seeing a lot of UPS trucks. So maybe there's an opportunity for me to score a new UPS route. So you have to be very specific here because at the local level, things are happening very specifically. Okay. So what you do is you zero in on 1 or 2 companies and you really go all in. You go all in, and you try to really apply, you attend all the training sessions and what have you. So you do everything because once you have one, you are having loads on autopilot. That's what we want in this conversation. How do you actually make those loads coming in constantly? So you don't have to chase loads all the time, go on load boards and just waste your time. It's all about having a strategy. It's all about having a plan, right? That's important to have a plan. The third thing you want to do here is, and that's the third hack, if you are trying to get loads on autopilot, you want to market yourself and get your cargo van or freighter van loaded. Okay. It's important that when we talk about Sprinter Van, you need to make sure that you are marketing yourself. Now, when we talk about marketing yourself, you have several ways to market yourself. I mean, the thing is that don't expect to find Sprinter Van loads for free on traditional load boards. They are far and few between. You know, you want to treat your van as a sole proprietorship, and you want to market yourself as much as possible. So we're talking about doing a lot of things here. So when we say market yourself, we're talking about listing your business in classified ads. Oh yeah, you can actually list your Sprinter Van business in classified ads. You can actually start a website for free, and using a service like Wix.com. You have Square.com. You have a lot of players, and you don't have to actually spend anything. And the thing is, they make designing a website so easy, so you don't have to actually have coding experience or anything to actually build your own Sprinter Van business websites. Okay, and what you want to do also is that you always want to carry business cards that explain what you do and how to contact you, because this is how you're going to actually, you know, spread the word about your activities and your availability. Those are the two ingredients for you to have constant success in the future: your activity and your availability. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to approach small shippers in your area and offer on-demand delivery service whenever they need it. Yeah, and you can even try to go to trade shows and find startups who may need an outsourced cargo fleet. So the bottom line here is that you got to get out there. Okay, and the thing is, you know, if you don't get out there, you're not going to find opportunities. You can also offer services moving furniture or hauling junk. Yeah, you know, and you have a lot of loads through Craigslist. People think that you really need to fight to find loads. No, loads are always available. Okay, always available. So this is important to really think about. So boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about Sprinter Van. How do you put loads on autopilot? I'm giving you some hacks to sort of ensure revenue consistently, you know, over time. Let me give you a concrete example. So let's say you have a Sprinter Van, and so how do you market yourself? Well, first of all, the easiest way to market yourself is to do three things. You want to create a website. Again, you don't have to spend any money. There are a lot of players, a lot of providers such as Wix that allow you to create a website for free. So create your website. And again, I'm not asking you to have multiple pages. Have one page or 2 pages where you talk about, again, your activity and your availability, what you do and how to find you. That's all. That's number one. The second thing I want you to do here is to actually beef up your social media profiles. See, everything I'm telling you the whole thing can take you less than 1 or 2 hours. So you have to have a presence on social media. So Facebook, for instance, and you want to go on Instagram also. It's all about going where you have the opportunity to reach out to potential customers. See, social media is not just for play. Social media is also for business. A lot of folks are using social media for business. You will not believe it. Okay, it is just whatever it is. So the bottom line here is you have to really see what really works for you. Maybe in your area, a lot of local shippers are on Twitter. I mean, it's no longer called Twitter; it's called X now. But the thing is, you know, you can choose Facebook, you can choose Instagram, and maybe don't go with TikTok though, because TikTok the audience is a little too young, and I don't think they are going to ship anything. But the bottom line is, you want to start. So that's number two. Number two, you want to have your social media presence, and number three, you need to set up something called a Google My Business account. That way, people search for, you know, Sprinter Van business drivers or delivery drivers in my area or near me. Your name will pop up. This is important because you want to actually rank at the local level. See, remember, when we talk about logistics business in general, like a courier business, you are talking about something very local. It's not national. You know, like if you are in New York, you can't fight with a Sprinter Van driver somewhere in Illinois, like, you know, or somewhere in Portland, Oregon. No, somewhere in Tallahassee, Florida. No, you are fighting with other drivers who are near you. So everything is competitive at the local level. That's it. Let me give you a few pro tips before we close to this conversation. The thing is that another way to actually make money, if you are trying to put loads on autopilot and you want to have you want to have opportunities coming to you all the time, you want to think about paid load boards and also free load boards. And the thing is that, people say, well, load boards are too expensive. But if you have a business, if you are running a sprinter van business, you got to treat it as a business. And load board subscriptions are business expenses that you can write off on your tax return. So when you file your 1065 or 1120S or 1120 at the end of the year, you can actually write off those expenses. That's not a problem at all. Okay. So when we talk about what are the paid load boards for sprinter vans, you have that. Of course, that is a clear market leader with the nearly 900 loads posted daily. You have including tons of sprinter van loads as well. So this is good to actually explore that aspect of things. You have truck stop. So even though the name says truck stop, you have loads for all kinds of vehicles there. It's not just load boards. It's not just a load board for trucks. It can be a load boards for all kinds of vehicles. So this is important. And then you also have another paid load board. You have 123 load board. So, it is actually a well-known load board. It has an easy to use interface. We love that. They have hundreds of smaller loads that may be suitable for your sprinter van also. So this is one of those things you want to pay attention to. So that's for, load boards. And we also have another load board that I want to share with you is Comfreight load board. So it's well-known load board, and you have brokers who are there. You have freight dispatchers who are there as well. So it is what it is. And you also have free load boards for sprinter vans. Okay. So you have Trucker Path. So again, even though the name says Trucker Path, they do have from time to time some loads for like sprinter vans, cargo vans, and what have you. Not just for trucks. You have Shipley. So Shipley is another free load board that you can access. Not a problem at all. And so you're not going to be charged to access whatever is on the load board. You have Flock Freight. Flock Freight is a great, also, it's a newcomer in the industry though, but they have some decent numbers of loads every now and then. You have Direct Freight. Direct Freight is another player that we have been working with for a while now. And so you find from time to time, you find some good opportunities on Direct Freight, on the Direct Freight. And then you also have C.H. Robinson. I said earlier that CCH Robinson, now it's C.H. Robinson. And so this is another load board, the national level, that's actually free. You can get a lot of load opportunities there as well. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I just want to quickly recap here. So I was just talking to you about sprinter van loads on autopilot. I was giving you a few hacks on how to actually have revenue consistently. So first, you want to sign with a sprinter van expediting company. Number two, you want to courier work as a cargo van or a sprinter van, and you want to market yourself and get your sprinter van loaded. And then I give you a few pro tips about paid load boards for sprinter vans and free load boards for sprinter vans. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.